What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Final Fantasy Wave X's video, and we've only got one unit to review because there are no Evolution Awakenings. So let us go into some detail with Moon Karten here. His team art, I don't know if it's going to stack or not, but I still don't think you would equip 2 anyways. I think it's bait, and maybe, we'll see what happens at the end here. So that's team art. Also, they're overvaluing the 50% true wield so that he would be 200%, I believe, but it's only 50% killers when you had 75. A lot of older stuff like weapon specialist and Flamey's STMR, for example, that's 75%. So I'm not sure why this couldn't have been 75, but anyways, infinite turns, true brave shift, pretty good. 150% human reaper and demon killer on both sides. And I just want to mention that you can equip helmets in case you want to build him as a TGH unit. However, I'm not sure if you want to do that anymore now that we know he's not a finisher, really. Not a good one anyways, not a good one. His base form, dark and water imbues, 50% amps for himself and 130% water and dark imperils, but those aren't really worth mentioning too much because those are starting to become a little more common. In his Ray Shift form, a lot of morale based chaining, Stardust Ray, and Bolting Strike. Feral Frenzy has a 500% attack, Berserk, and huge mods, but only with good morale. Now you notice I didn't mention his Little Burst or anything like that because first of all he has no Little Burst damage, but he has no Little Burst damage buffs, and neither of them are really worth even mentioning. They're really worth not mentioning at all. They're really just whatever. They're really not even worth using at all, I don't think. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I looked at them and they're like, why would you use these? So obviously the real intent here is to use his base form to get the water imbue or dark imbue and get those buffs going, and then switch over to his brave shift form where you're actually going to be doing all the damage. I think that's the idea. So this is not the little burst damage savior that people were thinking he was going to be. Oh, he's going to be stronger than Sephiroth and Clash of Wills. There's no way that's happening. And yeah, there's no way that's happening. And he just has high chaining mods. For some reason he has 100% provoke in his brave shift form. I'm not really sure why that's the case. That's kind of annoying a little bit for some situations. Maybe not all the time you want him to be 100% provoke. That means you got to make a 100% evasion. And his HP, I think, is reduced by 20. People were talking about this in my Discord, so I'm assuming this is correct. HP sacrifice 25% each turn. You have no choice because it's the passive that activates each turn. So I'm not really sure why this exists. And it's only a 30 times mod to an enemy. Like, why would you ever want to do this? Can we just not do this? That'd be great. And there doesn't seem to be anything super extraordinary about him because even with high mods, you still need 100% morale plus more to be doing the big damage there, guys. And so what we've known so far from the recent boss, it's kind of hard to do a lot of morale. Like even my morale based lineup for my one video that I made recently, I was only able to get 120 something morale on turn 3, the finish turn. So I'm not really exactly sure how you're supposed to be getting a lot of morale since he doesn't have anything like that to help. Imagine that sacrifice, 25% sacrifice could have just been like some passive morale gains instead. That is just this is honestly, I was a pretty big letdown because I was waking up in the morning, I was like, oh, this guy's probably gonna be a huge little burst damage dealer. Everybody's talking about him being a little burst damage dealer, and then, you know, like being a TGH finisher or something. And he's none of those things. He is none of those things. He's just a big chainer. We don't really need those. And the same thing with Laura. Like everybody said, oh, Laura is super strong in Clash of Wills because she's a big chainer, but we don't need it. She's everybody touts that she's a really strong chainer in Clash of Wills, and then I just use her as a lone burst finisher anyways because she's better in that role. You know, her modifier, you know, might not be that high. She's non-elemental and just has a lot of benefits like the 6% amp and all that stuff. So I think that you can probably pass on Karten, honestly, unless you need a chainer. But like I've been saying, guys, for the past few reviews now, high chaining mods don't matter as much as finishing, and that's proven with Laura, that people, including me, are using her as a Limper's finisher than using her as a chainer, because you don't need huge chain modifiers anymore. This is not this is not the early days in Neovision, and this is not, you know, 7-star era where chaining was king. Chaining is no longer king. Finishing is king. Chaining could be, you know, I mean, higher modifiers do help, but like they could have a lower chain modifier, but have a huge finisher, and you could do more damage anyways. I'm not sure about this, guys. I'm not sure on this one, and I really don't like the 100% provoke in the Brave Shift form. It's kind of inconveniencing you a little bit on that. So if you guys were hoping that he was going to save you guys and help you boost your score in not Dark Visions, in Clash of Wills, you might be a little mistaken. Now, if you like Karten, I mean, I don't know why you're even here, because you're probably gonna pull from anyways. You're here because you want to know if he's good or not, and I don't think he's that good. My opinion, I don't think he's that good, guys. There's a lot of flaws. His weapon selection is kind of whatever, because you're probably going to be equipping 2 fists anyway, so that's not a detractment. So I'm going to go ahead and give him... I do like the 50% amps, but that's not enough to save him. And I believe, maybe I'm wrong on this, I think his Brave Shift form costs the Lumberous Crystals, because the wiki didn't state that he had the MP cost on some of those abilities. So even though he has 25% Fist Imperil on demand, I think it probably costs the Lumberous Crystals. So that's not even like a big benefit either. But if you get him EX2, then you could probably use it on the first turn. I would honestly just do dailies on this. I'm just gonna go 8 out of 10 for him, just because there is some strengths involved, but there's a lot of drawbacks on Karten that really aren't really worth using. I'm not really sure if he's gonna be like necessary at all. I just don't think he's necessary. I think that we were doing fine without him. So imagine if he didn't even exist, we'd still be, you know, going on with our daily matters without him. So yeah, I'm just gonna go 8 out of 10 for him. I'm probably gonna regret this, because I'm sure I'm gonna get grilled in the comment section for something I missed. Hopefully, I don't think I missed anything though. I think that, yes, he has a lot of chaining modifiers, but at the same time, we were doing fine without his needing his chaining modifiers. And in this Clash Will, you can't really mess around too much with the morale gauge, because if you do not do the build that I made, he takes a lot of he drains a lot of morale. So anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section down below how wrong I am or how right I am, or do you agree, do you disagree? And if you just want to go to the comment section down below for cookies, there will be cookies down below, or maybe even candy, because it's Halloween time. Hope to see you in the comment section. Hope to see you in the next video. Peace.